Well, I just hit the fucking button.
Oh,
you want to be live?
Schnitzel.
I'll just hit the button. There's a fucking...
Ashtray,
You
calm
make
down.
it-
Calm down, Ashtray. Shut up. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Ashtray's stoned.
Fuck
Yeah,
sake.
I know you're stoned. It
Somebody gave me a vape pen, and it was pretty good.
was raining in there, Chief.
You already told us that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he did. On this episode of the Red Hour Report, we talk about man killers. We smoke a lot of bit of pot, and we get
A lot of
interrupted
bit.
by
A lot of bit of pie.
and
Who's
we
the
get
high one now?
and we get interrupted by a drunken high Ashtray. Speaking of Ashtray, him and Oracle, or is it Oracle and he? Yeah, never mind. These two fags have been kicking it, watching on coke, watching bears kill people. And I'm only mentioning this because I can't go be gay with these faggots.
What?
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot of.
Yeah,
that's
there-
a lot of
You
fucking anti.
It is,
gay
yeah.
shit.
Closeted a gay fantasy there.
Yeah, right?
Fuck you, Oracle. I just wish I was there to hear
It's
you
all
explain to your wife why you're banned from every
He
strip
just
club.
wants to watch. He just wants to watch. You
I
know?
want to get it on tape so we can make money off
Maybe
of it.
just see what it's like to suck a dick. I mean, he's not gay.
No.
Right.
No, maybe. Hey. And then there's Mystic. Mystic is the master of the Irish goodbye. He's only here because we pay him. That's the only reason he's in the room with us. And I'm Teddy. I didn't come up with anything for myself because how can you diss perfection? I mean, really, come the fuck on now.
Yeah,
we're
don't
gonna
come on perfection. You'll mess it up.
Yeah. Anyway, you were supposed to be here after the master of Irish goodbye thing. Remember you said you're going to leave, Mystic? Yeah. Way to go.
I did.
All right, we're going to start this show off like every show with our pause for the cause.
Weekly benefit event for the Dane County Humane Society.
Yup. Oh, don't find the vape pen that somebody gave you. Where'd you do the vape pen that
Crack
they gave you?
pipe.
Shit, Ashtray.
There we go. This week, we're sponsoring Wiggles the Wombat.
Ashtray was not prepared. He was
Wiggles
tipping
the
clues.
Wombat.
Yep, Wiggles the Wombat.
He survived Australia.
You know, for a relatively small Midwestern city, Madison has some exotic pets.
Right.
Just throwing
What?
this out there. Like
Are there-
a
are there-
wombat.
Well,
Because of the Henry Vilas Zoo. It's one of the last free zoos in America.
That doesn't explain why a wombat is at the fucking...
Because
Wow.
somebody
'Cause they'll
didn't
take
want him
anything.
anymore. I mean, yeah,
Free.
somebody didn't
Come
want
on,
him
dude.
anymore. Jesus.
The zoo's just like, fucking get rid of him.
They take donations of all
Shoot him in
forms.
the face. Was it Rocco a wombat? Rocco's Modern Life?
Yeah, he was a wombat. No, he's a wallaby. He was a wallaby. Sorry.
A wallaby,
Yeah,
that's
right.
what
it was.
Wallaby.
Yeah,
I always forget
never
about the
forget.
wallaby.
Wallabies, man. All right, this is going off the rails here.
They're like,
The
Just
we're
like a
gonna show-
shitty kangaroo, right?
yeah, they're like kangaroo
Yeah,
midgets.
yeah, kangaroo
Our audience
midgets.
is
Yeah,
like, what are we talking about?
it's kangaroo midgets.
I think they look at them like the same way you do. They're like, oh, little people.
Oh wow. Anyway, so we're talking about animals that have a kill streak on humans. The first one we're going to talk about is
Kill
Gustave.
streak. That's great.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they got a bunch of them. Gustave is a
Stop it.
Gustave. He is a crocodile, a Nile crocodile. Yeah, Nile crocodile. They have the strongest. They actually have the strongest bite per square inch, anywhere between 3,500 to 500. I'm sorry, 3,500 to 5,000 psi. These crocodiles. He is a crocodile that is rumored to have killed about 300 people.
What?
Damn, dude.
This is
serious?
Yeah, this is in Burundi, along the Tigris, and this river is fucking the Razuni River.
Do they not have spears at least or something?
Well, okay, so this guy became famous. There's a French guy named Patrice Fay. And Patrice, he gathered.
Perfect pronunciation.
Yeah, thank you. He gathered we call it things from museums. He paid people in Africa to do this for him. Shit, I'm high.
Oh,
as
he
fuck.
was Indiana Jones. Is what you're saying.
Let me,
Ladies and gentlemen, the narrative is somewhere.
I am. I am high. We just
Anyway,
did
so he's
local
basically
fair
Indiana Jones. He procured shit for fucking
for museums, right?
Okay.
And he often hired guides and things. And in 1988, these guys told him the story about this crocodile that had been killing, by one of his colleagues that had been killed by this massive crocodile in Burundi. And so he decides to do some digging, and he figures a pattern out from 1987 to the present, to where the present back then, which is 1998, 1999, to where there'd be a 5-month period, like every 3 years for 5 months, there'd be a shit ton of crocodile deaths along this river. And all these people said it was the same fucking crocodile, this big giant fucking,
like 11, 12 years, this motherfucker slaying, ripping motherfuckers.
Right. And then there's a national park that goes along the river, the Museum National Park. And he found a ranger that said that they do have a giant crocodile, a large crocodile there, but he would go missing for a while, and they didn't really track him, so they didn't really know where he went. He go months, and he didn't really know where he went.
Binged on human.
Yeah, he's
right.
Came back, snuck back in.
Most of the people he grabbed were kids, and they put it on the river.
Right, the easy
because
one.
they are easier to get.
Low hanging fruit.
Right, exactly.
Lower.
So Faye hears about this. He does his research and everything else, and he convinces a fucking some investors to send a documentary crew out to Burundi to fucking he wanted to capture this crocodile and set it out in the wild because he wanted to get away from people. So he starts doing TV interviews and shit. He really plays this up. Goes to Burundi. There actually is a civil war in Burundi at the time. So he only gets 2 months. The government can only guarantee his safety for 2 months. And they do shoot the documentary. He does not catch him. He does capture like footage of him and things like this. They say it was that crocodile because they say it was the same crocodile because people say he had a scar over his left shoulder and other scars that you can see, and also he had a lot of bullet scars. They say the legend was that there was no bullet that could pierce his hide. It was so tough.
He's like 50 Cent out there, fucking trying to hunt crocodiles.
Yeah, right.
Like, got all these
I've been shot 9 times, motherfucker.
The rumors say that he was about 100 years old, but after looking at pictures of him, scientists say he was probably between 50 and 60. And they say he wasn't 100 years old because he had all his teeth. I didn't know that crocodiles can grow their teeth back a bunch of fucking times.
Really?
Like crocodiles, like they can grow their teeth back a shit ton of times. Like I had no idea. So he didn't catch it. The documentary comes out in 2004. It came on PBS. It was a big hit. There was some discrepancy in his numbers. Yes, they said they were able to trace like really about 50 or 60 people that the crocodile got, but also that river was actually full of crocodiles, and to somebody get snatched, if you see somebody get snatched by a crocodile, and the legend in that area.
You can automatically blame it on that dude.
Blame it on that dude, yeah. And also because it was a civil war, there were a lot of main bodies in that river that will pop up in the river, load up in the river, and somebody be like, oh look, he got another one. But because of the civil war and people and like not being in not a very good area, you want to get rid of somebody, and there's an alligator in the river,
Yeah.
Still, I gotta assume for a crocodile, like 50 to 60 is pretty good.
Yeah.
You're probably among legends in the crocodile realm.
There's a picture of him above the thing. He was never captured, never killed. After the documentary came out in 2004, like sightings of him just started to drop off, and the last sighting they say was in 2009. In 2015, some people said they killed him, but there was no pictures or bodies or evidence.
Right. What is that about him? It's a fucking legend.
He was. They say he was about 20 feet long. This crocodile. Well, he was never captured and never killed.
Right.
Big enough.
He was actually the movie Primeval, I believe, was based on his legend.
Okay.
Next up, we have the Savo man-eaters. This was also made into a movie. It starred Val Kilmer, and some other black people they didn't pay. This started in December of 1898. This is when the British, they had this great idea to build a railroad from Uganda to the Indian Oceans. That way he can get all their stolen shit. I mean, all the stuff they procured illegally, out of Africa. This was headed up by a guy named Lieutenant Colonel Henry Patterson. They came to the Savo region. They had to build a bridge, a railroad bridge over this fucking river. Their camp was spread out around 8 miles. 13 kilometers. I don't know why they did that. And a couple of days after this guy arrives, people start disappearing. They actually find one guy's body, and he accused and the workers who were mostly Indian. They tell him, "Hey, a lion got him," and he actually accuses the Indian workers of killing that guy because they didn't get paid. That's how much of a stand-up guy he was.
Yeah, some bitch. You get paid, the fucking
That's
tiger
a good
ate you.
dude.
After a little bit, fucking his a couple days later, his assistant gets taken. Patterson's assistant gets taken. So then he's like, okay, the shit's real.
Oh shit! Now that my people get eaten. Okay,
Now again, these are a lot of little camps like spread out among 8 miles. These attacks went on for 5 months. I'm sorry, was it 5 months? Yeah, 5 months. They got 135 people.
Damn, dude.
During this, they tried
a lot of work.
They tried fortifying the camps with these bombas or thorn bushes, but it didn't work because the lions jumped over him and got people or squeezed through him. Patterson, he actually ended up moving his tent, his camp area into where the medical place was because apparently that was more secure.
Take the weak and wounded first.
I mean,
use them as a diversion.
There was like a 60-day period to where there were no killings. That's because and the guys, they thought that the lions had moved on to another village, so they have just moved on, and that wasn't the case. But the guys felt safer and started sleeping outside again. I don't know why. After y'all were getting attacked by lions a few days earlier, and they came back and started doing it again. They got the first lion. He measured 9 foot 8 inches from nose to tail. He was like 2.5 meters tall, and it took him he was 3 feet, 3.5, 4 foot tall, and it took 8 men to carry him back to the camp.
Is this Ghost in the Darkness?
Yes, it is Ghost in the Darkness. Yes.
Val Kilmer.
And say what?
I used to love that movie. I haven't seen it in a long time.
During this time the lions are attacking. They actually, a lot of guys are leaving and everything else. So the colonial guys are like, what's going on? And they actually send this guy to check on him. I can't remember the guy's name. I remember the guy who anyway, right. He came on the train at night. He ended up getting fucking attacked. And fucking, I think that was in the movie too, wasn't it, Mystic?
On the train?
He got attacked, yes. When he got off the train, he got attacked by these lions. They got the first lion. It took them 20 days. 20 days later, they got the second lion. But all in all, 135 men were killed in 5 months.
Damn, that's a lot of men though. For like,
really?
It was like
right
lions.
Yeah, I mean they had thousands of workers.
Damn.
True. And also, if you think about it, if they had that many workers and they didn't have that many people around that just had guns to even fight back,
exactly.
At that period of time of the interaction between lions and fucking humans, lions are like, look at this fucking new weird fucking food source. It just kind of rolled out here with a bunch of metal.
Lion? It's got to be 2,000 pounds, right?
You can snag one or two of them.
They're heavy. And then Ashtray is right. They actually didn't. They actually had to call in a group of like 20 guys with guns to help catch this lion, to help catch these lions. And the fact that there were 2 of them hunting together is what I mean.
They were males, I assume, right?
Yeah, they were both males. Yes.
And that's weird. 2 male lions.
2 male lions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as you know, building a railroad out in the desert, where are you gonna stay?
They can run
right there.
50 miles an hour.
Wow.
Yes.
Damn.
They say
insane.
So they
faster
say
than Teddy.
Yeah, a lot faster than Teddy. Not when I'm scared though. They say they say two possible causes are for because these lions aren't lions aren't merely man eaters. Two possible causes for them doing this is in the 1898 and 1890. There was a plague. It was called the Rinderpest. It was a cattle plague, which devastated the lions' usual prey, forcing them to seek alternative food services. And also their teeth. Look at their teeth. This is in the area in the time of the big game hunters. And some of these hunters who would shoot something, they really wouldn't chase it down. And so they looked at the teeth, and they saw that some of them were chipped and everything else, which would cause them to not be able to get their normal prey. And of course, humans are easy to fucking kill. And also, back in that time, there was a East African slave trade that went to Zanzibar. They crossed the Savo River a lot, so they say they might have been accustomed to fucking finding dead humans there. Also, this game of taste.
Sounds like a good story.
You can see these lions are actually on display at the Museum of Natural History in Chicago, Illinois. He sold the pelts to these guys a little while ago.
Oh yeah, I do remember walking by that exhibit.
Yep, you see the skulls there. Next up is the Chambawat tiger. Have you ever heard of this one?
No,
I don't think so.
Chamba what? Chamba who?
Chambawat tiger. This tiger killed 434 people.
Damn.
And before you say that,
Jesus Murphy, that's a lot.
I thought it was a lot too, until you learn that there was a study that showed between 1800 and 2009, there are 373,000 deaths related to tiger attacks.
What?
Which equate to a little less than 1,800 per year.
Holy
wow.
Shit.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, tiger.
Stay out of the jungle, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
Dude, the reason why I came up with this story is because I was watching the Joe Rogan episode, and there was a clip he showed of this lady who got out of the car at a tiger sanctuary or whatever, and she got dragged away instantly. Like,
ooh.
I was like, I wonder how many
Talk about a mistake. Whoops.
So this tiger started in Nepal, where it managed to kill about 200 people, starting in around 1903. But they drove her out without killing her into the
1903. That was a good year to kill people without getting noticed.
Yeah. Into the Kumaon region of India. I probably did not pronounce it correctly. After the tiger's arrival, she actually managed to kill another 234 people. What they say about this tiger is after she moved into India, what she did was stalk these roads between towns. And she usually only attacked in the daytime. And because these towns are so far apart, she had a territory of a few hundred square miles. Which tigers like this usually in this area usually didn't do. It was more characteristic of a Siberian tiger. After a while, people were scared to come out to do things. So the British colonists, they got this guy named Edward James Corbett to come out. He was a colonel of the British Army, and that's important because he was actually liked by the Indian people. He was raised in India. He was British, but he was born in India, raised in India. So he had a respect for the culture and everything else. And these people actually helped him catch his thing. He actually he started tracking it from village to village, but because, like I said, it was more of like a Siberian tiger. It had a few hundred square miles. This thing was moving.
Goddamn Siberian tigers.
It was moving like 30, 40 miles a day. And he was tracking it from village to village. Again, this tiger usually attacked women and small children. He actually ended up the first time he actually tracked it down with one buddy. I'm sorry, no. The first time he tracked it down, I got to read y'all this. This is pretty fucking funny.
Can't wait.
He decided to go after the lion for under two reasons. One, as long as two conditions were met. One, that they took away because they had a bounty on the tiger's head. He didn't want the bounty. He didn't want to be known for a sport hunter. He wanted to be known as like a good guy.
Honorable.
It's honorable, yeah. And the second thing,
stern but fair.
Yeah. And the second condition was that they took the bounty off. I'm sorry. They called off. I'm sorry. They called off.
Jesus Christ!
I am high, man.
So can we pause right here? I want to show. Yeah. I want to say something.
Let's recalibrate.
On my Google Stories timeline thing I just opened on my phone, one of the headlines says, "See male lions and little cubs cross a treacherous crocodile-infested river."
Jesus.
Yeah.
Google is on top of this.
Serendipity.
I'm just saying, dude. Like it hears me say lion and crocodile. And finds the greatest article ever.
Ever written.
I love it. I love when you listen, Google. Anyway, keep going.
So what are the one condition was that the bounty was taken off? What was the second?
That all other hunters be called back and said that he would be the only hunter allowed to hunt this tiger. Okay. And that's because he was afraid of getting shot by some other retarded hunter.
All right.
So the first village, the first village he gets to, he finds out the tiger took a little girl, and so he starts tracking this thing, but he starts tracking it at night. And this is in his own words. He said he realized that he had done a dumb thing. He said, "When the night wind agitated all the branches and the shadows moved, I saw a dozen tigers advancing on me, and bitterly regretted the impulse that induced me to place myself at a man-eater's mercy." But because he didn't like the turkey, he didn't want to return to the village as a coward. He said he frightened to carry out my self-imposed task with teeth tattering as much as from fear as from cold. I sat out the long night. He ended up making it back to the village.
Was that? It sounded kind of dirty. What does that all mean? What you just read?
He went hunting for the tiger at night. It was a bad idea, and he was so scared. He was fucking scared. He was like, I shouldn't have done this, but he had to stay. He stayed away from the village all night because he didn't want to return. Like, I'm too scared to go at night.
Yeah.
They finally
warrior would do that.
Well, but he'd be coked up. He wouldn't be scared of shit. Whoa! I didn't used to shake the ropes. He going from village to village, he did get a small army and enlisted the help of about 300 people. They finally got the tiger trapped in the underbrush, and he got these people to kind of push the tiger towards him. He shot and killed it. During the autopsy of the tiger, they had learned that it had been shot a few times in the face, which is in his canines and teeth on the left side, I believe, were messed up, which means it couldn't hunt his own prey, and so that's why it started stalking people along the roads. Huh. Tigers can grow
because it was easy.
Adapt and survive.
Yeah. This tiger weighed about 350 pounds. It was on the small end of tigers. They can grow small. Yeah. I mean, but when you're going against when you're going against people, it's fucking
right.
Yeah.
It's not like you can. The last one is orcas. I'm pretty sure you all heard about this guy. There have been 4 humans killed by orcas. One orca has been
only 4.
Only 4 in captivity.
We talked about Tillicum.
Wasn't like 3 of them from Tillicum?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 of them was Tillicum. That's what we're talking about.
He got 3 for 1.
Yeah.
Well, the first one
way ahead. He is fucking way ahead. Ain't nobody ever breaking that record.
What I did not know were the 3 Tillicum killed. It was two fucking trainers. And one fucking drunk retard. His name was Daniel Patrick Dukes. June 6, 1999, in Seaward, Orlando, Florida, he decided to stay after hours. And after the park closed, he decided to sneak into Tillicum's pool and go for a swim with a whale. The next day he was found with bites. They say he was fucked up. He was naked and he was riding around on the back of the tent, and the whale was like riding around with him on the back of his tail.
While he was dead.
Yeah. They say SeaWorld said that they have no footage or idea of how any of this could happen.
No footage because they just.
But that's got to be bullshit because one, they fucking there are cameras all over that fucking park.
And what year was that?
It was 1999. Recording.
Yeah, 99. That's when it was back still on like tapes.
Yeah, and also that they have like night trainers and shit to watch these animals at night.
Night trainers till they let drunk Larry in there. Yeah, go ahead, swim around with Tillicum.
Those night trainers were high as shit.
Well, actually,
jerk them off a little bit. You'll be fine.
The first death with Tillicum. First off, Tillicum had a kind of a rough life. He was captured at 2 years old, and they put him in captivity with these two females. With these two females, Haida 2 and Nootka the 4th. And apparently this is a sea land of the Pacific, Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. And apparently these two bitches fucked him up royally.
Really? I
forget. Yeah.
They were like lesbians or what?
Chicks, dude.
Yeah, right. Two older bitch ass sisters.
It was because they were from they put him in there. He was from a different pod. So when you're forced into captivity, when the whales became their own little pod, and then they just threw him in there.
Well, you got to live with your second cousins because your mom just did too much of the old meth.
Okay.
Oddly specific.
So
it's like going to a new pod. We don't like you. Get the fuck out of here. Your mom's a hoe.
Awesome, cool. Shut the fuck up. Next up, the first one was Kelsey Burn. This is where all three of them, Tillicum, Haida, and Nootka, participated. According to eyewitness, she was walking by the side of the whale's pool when she slipped and fell into the pool. But before she could fully get out, Tillicum grabbed her foot and pulled her in, and all three whales continued to pull her down until she drowned.
Damn.
The second dude was Daniel Dukes. The third person was Dawn Brancho, and after she died, OSHA actually said that that no more people can go in the water with these fucking things, and these things are like 15,000 pounds. Like just murder fish is what they are.
Yeah, and you're in their territory,
right?
I mean, can outswim a fucking fish or a whale.
Mm-hmm.
This was February 24th, 2010. This was actually in front of people. They were doing what was called a Dying with Shamu at SeaWorld.
I did that.
Did you?
Yeah.
You dined with Shamu?
Mm-hmm.
Peter's gonna be.
What did he order?
Well,
did he order the fish?
It was funny because you'd have like this whatever meal or whatever
trainer,
and while you're eating, the fucking killer whales are like throwing meat scraps around and playing around with them, like flinging scraps up, in the
absurd.
Yeah.
It's how long ago was this?
This is like 15 years ago. But yeah, it's like they this romantic thing, and you have these monster
in 2008, something like that.
These monster animals just fucking throwing their fucking carcasses around.
We couldn't put this on YouTube. These things happened back then.
So this one there's some attention to why this happened. Some people say the whale was kind of mad at her. She gave him a command to go like around the pool, whatever, and halfway through she signaled for him to come back and receive his reward. But either he didn't hear or he just ignored it. People say either he didn't hear or ignored it. But she didn't. When he came back, she didn't reward him. And then the show goes on and everything else. She does everything else right, and then there's a point where she's supposed to lay down in front of him. It's called a relationship session and everything else. And when she does that, that motherfucker grabs her up and takes her under.
Yeah.
And he keep repeatedly keeping her under until she.
Yeah, she like basically died in front of the whole audience.
The whole audience,
a live studio audience.
Yeah. Like I said, after this, this was in February 2010. After this, OSHA did all this stuff, and then I guess you wonder, what did they do with Tillicum? You know what? They let this motherfucker perform again. He came back out in March of 2011.
He's the talent, man.
With his son. But right. Those are some fucking animals that have got some kill counts, man.
Nice. Is Tillicum still alive?
Oh no, he died, yeah. No, he's not alive. He died. He no more.
He died in that fucking little tiny. He basically lived in like a bathtub. If you think about it.
I mean,
Shit like that is depressing. Like animals that are meant to. I mean, those things probably travel hundreds of miles a day.
Blackfish. That documentary. That
documentary was one of those. I mean, those really cringe. It was like, ugh.
I watched part of it for the thing. They were saying that those tanks were like 2.5 times their body length, and these are animals that swim fucking 25 to 50 miles in a day.
Yeah.
And these are I'm sorry, 50 to 75 miles a day, and they're stuck in this tiny little fucking tank. I mean, it's
the same with like fucking lions and shit, or tigers, big cats when you see them in the zoo and this fucking tiny little fucking.
What was that show? What was that movie we watched where that guy was keeping like 2 tigers and a fucking and like a horse?
Yeah, I know where they were all fucking. I know. I forgot what it was called, but
really
starts
old.
out with that chick on the 911 call to say,
like
there's a fucking tiger attacking my car.
It's an old episode where it's like animals were eating people. And it had the
so that's pre-Tiger
Ashtray cover with the porno on it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right. It did. The
lions, tigers,
BBW shit.
Yeah, it was like lions, tigers, bears, oh my, or something like that. It was like, shut up, Danny. Just grab a dick and suck it. Look like you know what you're doing.
Fucking riding a dude on
and that's our main topic. We're gonna move on to our what's sexy part of the show. Before these guys just get a little bit too carried away. First up, we're going to start with Oracle, Monsoon Siam.
Monsoon Siam. So I was in Madison with the wife this past weekend.
The wife?
And she wanted some Thai food. So we looked up reviews online and we found this Monsoon Siam in Madison. Kind of like a, I would consider it to be a hole in the wall kind of place. Not super fancy or anything, but plenty of charm when you come in. And the food was amazing, really good. Prices were good. I'm not usually into like super spicy stuff, but I got a spicy ass dish, and it was just, I don't know.
I love me the spicy.
Made you shit your pants?
Made me shit immediately, right on my seat. No, it just
satisfactory.
It was good. It was really good food, solid food. So if you're in Madison and you're looking for some Thai food, check out Monsoon Siam on Atwood. 2045. It's over by the Barrymore.
Awesome. Check it out.
The dream.
Up next is Up next is Knife or Death, Mindless Entertainment.
Yeah, so this show, if you turn the sound really low or off, it's a cool show because it's basically like this obstacle course. I used to watch like Forged in Fire. Is it
a reality type series?
Yeah. I guess it is a reality show. Yes.
Like they're competing.
Yeah, they compete so you can go through this course the fastest. But the knives are the coolest part. Like Forged in Fire was cool because you get to see them make it. But there's like 8-10 dudes and chicks in each one of these episodes, and each one of their knives are custom made, and they're fucking. Some of them are pretty badass. And then like after you see it for a little bit, like you can tell which ones aren't gonna make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, fucking be like, oh, that dude's got a katana. That shit's just gonna bust when he hits that fucking gigantic fucking steel thing he has to bust through. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking nuts.
Right. And they do all this lead up drama. Oh god.
Yeah, and that's the stupid. I can't stand listening to fucking Goldberg is all right, but that Tu Lam dude. I mean, great, good for him. Thanks for his service. He was a fucking Green Beret and shit. But that dude is an idiot. Like that motherfucker can't fucking host a show to save his life, and he needs to just get off of there. Like, it's just bad. So I just mute it, play chess, and like just watch them beat the shit out of things with knives, and it's actually pretty cool.
So anyway, you still have to watch all those blowhards talking about cutting shit up with knives. That's the thing is like
look up every once in a while. I mean, I don't have to see it all.
These shows are just so like let's overanalyze bunch of new, like
I know.
over nuance and over analyze a bunch of bullshit, and then fill up with these graphics. And it's like, man, they're adding fluff to fluff.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, I gotta actually. Has anybody died from their knife failing?
Oh, that's
I know.
Okay, then the death part of it.
Or like have the blade break and hit.
I know. They say death because there's sudden death parts of the fucking courses where if you don't pass that obstacle, you're out.
Okay.
I mean, I guess this is better because it's
you have
like
to then commit Harry Carey with your own blade.
Yeah.
Right.
In front of a live studio
some
audience.
dude's weapons are fucking, dude, just insane, and it's cool. And they do go through some history. Like if you see a blade that's some ancient Chinese fucking blade that this dude replicated, it's actually pretty cool to they'll tell a little bit of history about it. But yeah, like Bill Goldberg being like, "Oh, he's gonna shut the fuck up." I just want to fucking watch him eat that box of merch.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this is good because it's like, okay, who gets across the finish line first? In that Forged in Fire, like Ashtray was saying, it's like, how long can you possibly fucking talk about,
you're
this
drawing
guy?
out the action.
Right, and it's just like, Jesus,
like you said, you're shutting off all the talk because all you want to see is shit getting cut up.
They got to waste an hour of your time, bro.
Right. But, yeah, I don't know. That looks entertaining.
It's just mindless entertainment.
It is.
Akin to Trailer Park Boys.
Up next is Teddy's mindless entertainment, Diablo 4. I love Part 3. Diablo 4 is the open beta is coming out this weekend if anybody wants to play it. On all systems. This is the story of Lilith trying to bring hell to Earth. They have 5 classes.
Lilith.
Oh, fucking Lilith. There are 5 classes: Necromancer, the Barbarian, the Sorcerer, the Rogue, and the Druid. If you've played, have any of you all played Diablo 2, 1, 3?
I played 3.
1 back in the day.
Okay, this one is.
So what's the story of 1? Is it always Lilith trying to bring hell on Earth? Like why?
I never played.
No,
1.
it's some big demon.
I played 2 and 3.
And some lowly hero.
It's always some big
a lot of
demon.
hacking.
Night of Hell.
Lashing.
The world is huge. The story's huge. The world's huge. The fucking
it's too
the
much.
multiplayer is great. It just looks fucking great. I'm really excited. We waited so goddamn long, and then instead of giving us Diablo 4 when we wanted it, they gave us Diablo Immortal, which was a steaming pile of shit. So I'm just really happy about the game.
What did that come out on the Diablo Immortal?
That was mobile.
It was mobile.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a mobile game.
And it was pretty much paywall blocked. It was pay blocked. What do you call it? This?
Yeah.
Pay to play kind of thing.
Yeah. It was. You had to grind for years to get stuff, unless you just paid for it. Yeah, like I said, everything looks great. It's fucking. This game is fucking the beta.
Pay for it, and then it's fun. Oh yeah, right. How much did it cost though to play Diablo Eternal? Was it free to download?
I'm not sure. I don't have it.
So it's like if the game's free to download, motherfucker, pay if you want to have fun. Whatever.
Thank you, Ashtray.
Thank you, EA.
Thanks for coming to his TED Talk.
Representative.
Thanks for contributing. Appreciate it. Up next is Ashtray with his ugly new fucking hat. Let's go. Oh no, you wanted to talk, motherfucking talk.
So yeah. Motherfucking new hat. This is what I did before the old MyLite was I made distressed hats, and this one I've had sitting around. Finally, like, you know what? I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna fucking crank on this for a while. So it's still a work in progress, but what I did last night, little Milwaukee, the old fucking lightning bolt, some rivets, grommets. And then at Home Depot, everybody's going to be like, wanting to fucking buy that off my head.
Yeah, right. Some guy in an Affliction shirt. Like, you're just going to have like 10 dudes in Affliction shirts, like running
exactly.
up.
Like,
dude, I will suck your dick for that fucking hat.
Yeah.
Wow.
I will impregnate my wife so you can have children because you can't have children. Because your hat is so awesome.
shit just got real, and that was oddly specific to Ashtray.
Yep. Exactly.
You need to talk to somebody.
Up next is our
Maybe you should adopt a little Asian baby.
Please don't. Up next is our Fuck You Think part of the show, where we tell you to go fuck yourself. Oracle's is up first with Crosstown Post Office Transit.
Yeah. We are looking at buying a house, and part of the house buying process is sending some earnest money. And I live in a town that is a little under 20,000 people. Not really that huge of a footprint. And they're like, okay, well, you can drop off the check, or you can just pop it in the mail. Not a big deal. Well, fuck it. We'll just pop it in the mail. It's just got to go down the street.
There to there.
Right. Little ways, not that far. And, a week later, we're getting messages, and they're like, we haven't received this money yet. Like, what's going on? And we're like, well, what the fuck? I mean, the check's in the mail. That always sounds terrible.
But it's true.
Right. And it showed up. I think it made it, let's see here. I think it made it within 8 or 9 days across
Jesus
town.
Christ.
Across town?
Yes.
Jesus.
This
What
fuckhead
the
said that shit
fuck?
dropped somewhere, and somebody fucking was like, "Oh shit, whoops."
Yeah. And this isn't the
they don't do the
first
sorting at the local post office anymore.
Yeah. And this isn't the first thing, actually. I had I had that eBay fucking treadmill part that I had ordered, and it said it was delivered, but it wasn't delivered. Don't know what the fuck happened to that. So I don't know if they just have some crackhead working down at the post office or what, but I don't trust that shit in Wisconsin Rapids.
Don't trust it in
Don't trust the Wisconsin Rapids post office.
Right?
They be mugging.
Yeah.
Word. Up next is Mystic with Shit or Get Off the Pot, New York.
Yeah, man. You gonna arrest Trump or what? It's like, I just
what
really
was that story? That story died really fast. What was all that about?
I don't know, but they keep fucking, like they keep fucking salivating, like making us salivate over like getting.
Oh, it's bullshit.
I want to see him get perp walked.
They're
I know
gonna
it won't happen, but I just want to see it.
You're drag that shit out. That shit ain't gonna happen in public.
Don't piss on my fucking parade.
It's like the WWE, except with old white people.
If any of you haven't realized, every level of life is a fucking game. Like, wake up.
There you go.
Dude, you're on one tonight, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Whatever that was in that vape pen, man. I almost feel like, man, was there some fucking acid in there? Like, whoosh.
Okay, well, next up is Ashtray, so we can talk again. Don't tell me you want a sister-in-law.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ, where's this going?
Oh, this is my stepsister's birthday party here in town. None of them listen. They don't have internet. That's a lie. Nonetheless. Doing karaoke downtown on a Friday night, and this chick who belting out some great tunes. Me and my stepbrother compliment her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm in town here looking for apartments." Basically, she's being paid by Epic, who's already said, "Yeah, we're gonna hire you. We're gonna pay you to come out here, look for a place." She's from Buffalo, New York, and then come summer, you're gonna fucking come in here and have a job. This is the way Epic works. It's like Apple, or Google. And anyways, she's like, "Yeah, I got this ticket to go." She's like, "I'm just here by myself. Got the ticket to go dancing at the Liquid Lounge for a DJ next door." And so I'm there with my, stepsister, stepbrother, stepmother, and their significant others. And I was like, "Yeah, well, like, I'm here for my stepsister's birthday. We're going to hang out for a couple more songs, blah, blah. Right away, they're already talking. They're like, go with her. Like, she's getting paid by Epic to, it's like, and I am the one with the failed marriage, right? They all have kids. They also have wives. They don't necessarily always like their significant others. Nonetheless, they're on that path. And my stepbrother says, I want a new sister-in-law. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, Lyden, shut up.
So is he yelling this and she can hear all of this?
She couldn't hear it. No, she wasn't there at the time. Like, this is just like when I was like, hey, like, I might go, like, I know, like, they don't come into, okay, mind you, at our age, they don't come into town for their birthday party. I normally have to go like an hour to Watertown for where they live, like for her birthday party. And it was like strangely convenient that they decided they're going to pick a karaoke bar in the downtown, like, college area. All right, sure. Nonetheless, my stepbrother says that, and I'm like, you dumb shit. Like, you'll jinx it. And so as we're leaving the bar, some other dudes were talking to this girl, Sierra was her name. And they're like, come on, let's go to Wano's and have a fishbowl. She's like, oh, no, we're going to this DJ. And so we belt away. She's like, Jesus fucking Christ. It's like, I only like girls anyways. These motherfuckers just don't get it. And it's like, goddamn fucking lied. Fucking jinxed it, you dumb shit.
These Ashtray.
Well, she was always a lesbian.
Of course she was always a lesbian. I had a fun time dancing, but it was like my family has this still idea that, like, I'm not fulfilled because.
Does your family not know you're a hoe?
My brother does.
They don't want to believe it.
Oh, okay.
I parade around all my hoe-ness to my family. They would just, then think I'm a hoe.
Send them pictures and they can put them up on the fridge.
You tweaking your nipples on the dance floor.
Send those, like, little mini fucking Polaroid instants, like, strip them out.
Talking on the phone to your mother. Who you cucking this week, baby? All right. Next up was me. With blinkers are free. Fucking use them. I don't understand why people around here do not use blinkers. They're free. It's not hard. Little tick, tick, tick. I use mine so fucking much. I'll leave them on. I'll get over to the far left lane on the interstate and it'll still be on for miles. Oh shit, my blinkers is on. I mean, just use your goddamn blinkers. I don't understand why it's so fucking hard to. Oh yeah. I got honked at today because I was leaving the gas station going to my house, and there's a turning lane here, but that isn't before you get to the light. So you have to do an illegal move. Pretty much hit your blinker when you get across or whatever, or move over in the middle of the intersection, which most people do. But the truck that was oncoming, I had plenty of space, but also he was at a lane. I didn't even turn in the lane, and he didn't have his blinker on. So I got honked at and shit. I'm like, bro, you didn't have your goddamn blinker on. I didn't know. I don't know your dumb ass is going.
Right.
But the blinker will fucking tell me. Like, shit. For those people that stop in the middle, they stop like, what are you doing? Then he put the blinker on and turn. I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
What are you doing? For fuck's sake. That's what really grinds my gears.
I've got to say that people are a lot better about their blinkers here than they were in Rhode Island.
Oh, really?
You had to drive, if you went on the interstate in Rhode Island, I mean, you had to be so fucking aggressive. No blinker, just flipping people off, throwing piss bottles out the window. You just had to be a complete fucking dick. And that's the thing. It's like, do you think I can read your mind? Like, how in your fucking, like, primate brain can you possibly be upset about me not knowing what you're gonna do? What you're gonna do? Like,
you have the ability to give me a hint,
right?
And you choose not to.
I had a moment recently where it's like when you do this human gesture, and the other person in the car is like, "Why did you do that?" We're just like, "This motherfucker is taking so long." I'm like, waiting to turn in, and I'm like, to do this, like, "Whoa, come on!" She looks at me like, "Huh."
Yeah, I constantly yell at
like,
drivers in the car down here in the. Move, you fucking retard.
Yeah, it's like
My wife's like, dear. I'm like, okay, my bad. That's our show, folks. In all seriousness, there are a lot of dangerous animals in this world, and if you're out in the wild and you're fucking with an animal and that animal fucks you up, then you fucking deserve it, and you can go fuck yourself. That's our show. We're going to be here every Wednesday or Thursday night at 10 p.m. Central. Make sure you join the conversation at thereddoreport.com or facebook.com/theredoreport. You can't Twitter us because fuck Elon. Like and share some fuckers. We're down for whatever. I'm Teddy. That's never going to work, Ashtray.
Oh, this ash is the ashtray.
I'm Oracle.
And I missed it.
And this is the Red Eye Report.